Vranec, or vranec as it's also called, is a grape variety from the Balkans, which is well known for making dark, structured wines with lots of tannins and lots of acidity, which is true, but it's also a grape variety which has a lot of variation, so one shouldn't be overemphasizing the density of the wines. I can compare it to two other grape varieties, and I would then pick Nebbiolo and Syrah. Nebbiolo from the northern Italian wine region Piemonte with Barolo Barbaresco, where Nebbiolo makes wines with also lots of tannins and lots of acidity, but with quite light color and also sometimes quite light on the fruit side, so to speak. Syrah, combine that with Syrah, and you have Syrah, which has lots of color, intense fruit and spices from the northern Rhone Valley. Put those two together and you have a fair description of vranec. But you need, of course, to add to that the unique characteristic, the specificities of vranec, the spiciness, the herbal notes, which may have to do with the very hot and sunny climate on the Balkans, and also the very ripe dark fruits that you often get in vranec. Wines generally with a very good structure and backbone. Wines which go excellently with food, particularly a little bit more substantial food, which is also food which is typical for the Balkan regions. This being said, vranec has a lot of stylistic variety. You can find really light, refreshing, easy drinking everyday vranec, and you can find at the other end of the spectrum really dense, heavy, intense wines, which often, or sometimes at least, are aged in barrels, oak, and need maybe a couple of years in the cellar to round off the edges. So there's lots of things to explore in style variety. There's also another interesting aspect, which is a regional variety. It supposedly originates from Montenegro, where it is the majority, by far the majority grape. It is most grown, the biggest acreage is found in Macedonia, or Northern Macedonia, if you wish. But it's also a grape variety that is grown throughout the Balkan region. So in Kosovo also, of course, Serbia, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Croatia. And all of these countries have regional variations, which of course also is partly due to stylistic choices by the winemakers. But there are regional variations which also may depend on that, or be due to that. The grape variety might be slightly different. There might be slightly different clones and slightly different developments. So it's a really different, it's a really interesting grape variety to start exploring. So if you can find some of the vranec wines, do try some of them. They're really nice wines to taste. I'm Per Karlsson, BKWine magazine, BKWine Wine Tours.